Good morning, everybody. Hello. This is like the third time I've tried to record this video, and third time's the charm. We're going to talk some astro weather today. I'm going to talk about the rest of the week, and then I'm going to talk about eclipse season and the new moon that is happening on Saturday, not too far away. So let's get started. Right now, today, the sun is in Taurus and the moon is in Aries. So the sun is in an earth sign and the moon is in a fire sign. Those two things, those elements don't always see eye to eye. They have different approaches. Earth is very practical. It's very one foot in front of the other, kind of like a big elephant. You think about how substantial that is, how earthy that is. Lots of density, lots of like boom, boom, boom. Oh my gosh. And then fire, when you think about fire and how it burns, it goes like through the shortest path possible to get to its fuel or to do whatever it needs to do. So Earth is kind of more stable, predictable, consistent. Fire is more impulsive, reactionary, and a little bit more unpredictable. So just think about the elements themselves. So we have this until Friday evening. Sun in Taurus, moon in Aries. When the moon is in Aries, our emotional body is a little bit more sensitive. It's a little bit more, and not like in a weepy way. It's like that people can push your buttons a little bit more quickly. It can lack compassion. It can just be kind of emotionally reactive or emotionally impulsive. So we have that through, it started Wednesday around noon and will go until Friday evening. Can feel a little bit off kilter because the outer expression, the sun expression is Taurus. It's deliberate. It's kind of calculated, practical, pragmatic. And then the emotional body is more reactive, it's more impulsive. So your inside and outside, it might feel overwhelming to be carrying the sensitivity and the reactivity on the inside when you want to express in deliberate ways. Friday evening through Monday early morning, we have the sun in Taurus and the moon in Taurus. So it's a double earth sky. It is also a new moon and a solar eclipse. So I'll get into that in a moment. Typically when we have Sun Taurus, Earth Taurus, it's a very it's ruled by Venus. So it's a really sweet, compassionate, sensual kind of a placement where we want to be kind of engrossed in our material things and the things that we have, the things that make us feel good, the things that we know, the things that make us feel secure. The astro weather for the weekend, though, it does not really go with that, so stay tuned for more. Monday through Wednesday, then, we have the sun in Taurus and the moon in Gemini, so that's an earth-air combination. That's a little bit more that when we see earth and air together, we can kind of assume that it brings us up into our heads, into our thought cycles, into like our intellectual bodies. So we're less likely to feel our feelings and be like thrown into the depth of the raging ocean of feeling, and we think more about it. So we'll maybe have obsessive thoughts that are kind of swirling around the same topic and digging into the same things, or like analysis paralysis, or maybe a little bit of anxiety. Moon and Gemini can feel a lot like nervous ailments. Like we just get really fast on the inside, we get really intellectual on the inside, and we kind of speed around. Moon and Gemini wants to have kind of their finger in everything. It's a lot of multitasking. It's a lot of like taking in as much as you can. But we can kind of get stuck up in our heads in that analysis paralysis or anxiety or nervousness or flightiness. So just know going into Monday, Wednesday, And that could be ramped up a little bit because the moon will be waxing then. Energy will be picking up. Eclipse season is in full swing. It started, that's kind of when the universe puts the pedal to the metal or the accelerator on things. So before we get into that, one more thing I want to point out. From Tuesday of this week, which was the 26th, through Friday, May 13th, we have the Sun conjunct Uranus. And so the Sun is our outer expression. It's our ego. It's how we kind of express ourselves on the outside. Like someone's first impression of you is your sun sign, usually, when you introduce yourself to them, not when they're watching you from across the room. But that outer expression, how you conduct yourself. And then Uranus is unpredictable. It brings fast and rapid change. It brings kind of ups and downs and hots and colds and curveballs that we don't really know what to expect until it happens, kind of stuff. Uranus rules electricity, and it is also known as like the rebel, or like how you do things differently. So our outer expression is going to be touched with the rebel, the eccentric, for the 26th through the 13th. So that's just an extra flavor that will be with us for a couple weeks. This Sun conjunct Uranus has a really big part of why this eclipse season has such a uniqueness to it, a unique quality, because it's touching the solar eclipse. It's right by the sun and the moon, so they're all together. So expect maybe some emotional ups and downs, some emotional erratic energy over the weekend, Friday through early Monday. Just because everything is right there. Our outer expression, our inner expression, like emotional body, and the rebel or the eccentric are all they're hanging out in the same room. So we have on Saturday around 1 in the afternoon, we have a partial solar eclipse. This is also the second new moon of the month, which is kind of rare. It makes it a little bit special. It makes the new beginnings theme even bigger, especially with it being the mark of eclipse season. Solar eclipses and lunar eclipses are different in many ways. They're different in what they are, but they're also different in the more vibrational nature, the more energetic nature of what they are. Solar eclipses are more times to embrace sudden change, to embrace new beginnings. And then lunar eclipses are more about releasing, relinquishing, and surrendering. So this is where we are. We're at a new beginning. We are at eclipse season. The way that I explain eclipse season is kind of like, think about how we all recognize in the US New Year's, January 1st, December 31st, we all kind of have a similar sense of, well, it's a new year. So lots of people set New Year's resolutions, lots of people gather and celebrate the year that is behind and look forward to the year that is ahead. This is kind of a similar thing to what we can look at eclipses like. It's like a calendar marker in the year. With this spring, it's starting a whole bunch of new things. So this particular eclipse is it's bringing change, it's bringing new, and it's affecting us in the area of our lives that Taurus is responsible for, which is finances, it's material security, it's resource relationships, food security, personal values, and just security, like whether you feel secure in your relationships or secure in your body or secure with the material goods that you have. So this season, this eclipse, especially with Uranus, the planet of unpredictability and unexpected change, right there touching all of those themes, we can expect some of those themes, all of those themes, the relationship we have to those parts of ourselves to change quickly. And maybe it's one, maybe it is more than one, but we can expect unexpected change, if that makes any sense at all. With this, with the change, the newness that's coming in, and that like the universe just hits the accelerator, and it brings opportunities to, like, at rapid speed. It's going to be moving us towards our goals. It's going to be moving us towards the things that we've been trying to build, and kind of like aligning opportunities to get into alignment with whatever those things are. It's a really good idea to have an anchor for this time, especially through the 13th, when the sun is conjunct Uranus, that kind of unpredictable, eccentric planet. Practice grounding while the chaos works its magic. Like, sometimes in order to get where we're trying to go, there needs to be an upheaval. And if we can relax and remember who we are and what we're trying to accomplish, that chaos can swirl around us with just a little bit more ease. You can feel your feet on the ground. Focus on your core sense of security, like feeling okay with yourself, with everything. And for me, that makes me think of like how the universe has taken care of me, how God has taken care of me, however you want to say it. The times that I thought were like the end of the world were really potent, magical, necessary moments for me, and they brought me so much more than what I thought that they were taking away from me. So just think about that. Think about how you are always provided for, you are always cared for. The universe always has your back, even if you don't understand what's happening in the moment. Focus on your core sense of inner calm, that inner knowing, like, I'm going to be okay. I've always been okay. Everything that's happening now is happening in perfect time for a perfect reason. Feel your feet on the earth. Notice nature. Maybe get into your senses a little bit. Smell the new plants that are coming up. Smell the wind. Feel the wind on your skin. Feel the temperature changing around you. Tend to your plants at home. Take care of your little plant friends that you may have at your house. Nourish your body. Spend time like sitting still and coming back to your fingers and your toes and your breath, and all of these things, like getting into the material a little bit, our tangible bodies, our feet on the earth, our plants at our homes. All of these actions can help us feel a little bit more tethered to reality, so we don't feel as like swept up in this chaotic wind that is swirling around us. Start of eclipse season can be a little bit unsettling, especially with the sun and Uranus together. That just brings ups, downs, hots, colds, curveballs. We don't know what's coming. And when we don't know, we can go into like fight or flight mode, like we're in danger. We need to solve this problem that is not knowing. And really, it's not a problem at all. We just have to take a deep breath in, let it go, lift up your legs, and allow the universe to move you. Solar eclipses, again, it's all about embracing the new. It's all about embracing the right now. It's like the universe is pressing fast forward on things that we've been working on. So a really exciting time. It might be a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's okay. Circumstances will align to get us to our goals. And eclipse season can feel a little bit exhausting. Everything is moving very fast. The energy, it's like someone turned the energy volume knob all the way up. It can even be like almost a little bit traumatizing. We may have like old wounds resurface, especially wounds that are around security. That Taurus theme of security, stability, routine, all of that we can have some ouchy memories come up. We can have some things that were difficult for us if they revolve around security in some way, and safety in security, yeah. Security in the material world, security in relationships, security in your body. All themes that may be coming up. You may be examining them. You may be revisiting past wounds. So just know that and contemplate, especially right now as the moon is still waning down. It's a new moon on Saturday. We're only at Thursday, so we still have just a little bit of time left. But spend some time thinking about about what security means to you and how you felt or didn't feel secure as a child. Let's see, there are two other, so Uranus, the sun, and the moon are all going to be right by each other, which gives this a very unique flavor that does not always happen that way. There are two other little planetary aspects that make this eclipse and this new moon very different than just a regular standard new moon. We have Venus and Jupiter at the same degree in Pisces, so they're both at 27 degrees. And Venus is that feminine desire, the feminine beauty, the feminine relationship, and Jupiter is all expansion and joy and growth. So to have this really soft, feminine, caring, harmonious planet with the planet of expansion sitting in the same degree, 27, in Pisces, it allows for the healing to come more easily. So those old wounds you have around security, those old wounds that you have maybe around feeling insecure in your body or insecure in your relationships or insecure in what you can provide or what is being provided to you, it will allow it to be like less startling and stressful and just a little bit more easy, a little bit more like your hand is being held instead of you're being slapped in the face by a brick of trauma. To play with this energy, if you're feeling a little bit traumatized, get into your creativity, your compassion, your forgiveness. This eclipse does have a sweetness to it, and so capitalize on that. Get back to your original visions, your original goals, your original dreams that are recent. Maybe not all the way back to when you were 7 and wanted to be a veterinarian, but maybe back to the beginning of this year, or maybe back to last summer and like what it is that you were into and wanted to build and do for yourself. The next flavor that makes this very unique is that Mars is sextiling the whole shebang. It's sextiling the sun, moon, and Uranus. So that, simply put, that just gives action to our intentions. It gives a little bit of that masculine drive, that masculine motivation that pushes you forward, that helps you to assert yourself. And with this, we can share what we have while we rebuild our idea of what security looks like or feels like in the months or years to come. So no matter how you cut this pie, the themes of security are going to be big, and that kind of covers a wide range of topics in our life. So I do encourage you to spend some time reflecting, and if you watch this video after the new moon, you can still spend time reflecting. It's okay. It's not, you missed the 12 o'clock mark, so you missed your assignment, you're failing the class. That's not what we're working with here. Even if you just think about it while you're driving, or you hold it in your heart while you're meditating, or you ask the universe or God to show you, like, show me, how do I do security, and just trust that the whole process is in the perfect place at the perfect time. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy the eclipse, enjoy the magic, and you'll have to share with me anything epic that happens during this really epic, energetic time.